Hannibal Barca, the man who almost defeated Rome. In the annals of history, few military commanders have left as indelible a mark as Hannibal Barca. Born in 247 BCE in Carthage, present-day Tunisia, Hannibal would go on to become one of the greatest tacticians and leaders of the ancient world. His audacious strategies, particularly during the Second Punic War, are still studied in military academies today. However, his life and legacy are not merely about battles won or lost, but about the sheer force of will and ingenuity that almost brought the Roman Republic to its knees. Hannibal was born into the Barca family, a powerful Carthaginian clan with a deep-seated hatred for Rome. His father, Hamilcar Barca, was a prominent general during the First Punic War, a conflict that ended disastrously for Carthage. The young Hannibal was reportedly sworn to eternal enmity against Rome by his father, a vow that he would honor with relentless determination. After the First Punic War, Carthage was left weakened, losing control of Sicily and paying heavy reparations to Rome. To compensate for these losses, Hamilcar set his sights on expanding Carthaginian influence in Spain, where he built a power base for future conflicts. It was in Spain that Hannibal first distinguished himself as a soldier and leader, proving his mettle in a series of campaigns that expanded Carthaginian territory. In 218 BCE, after years of preparation, Hannibal launched what would become his most famous campaign, the invasion of Italy. Instead of taking the expected route by sea, Hannibal made the audacious decision to cross the Alps, a feat that was considered nearly impossible at the time. His army, which included elephants, braved treacherous mountain passes, severe weather, and hostile tribes. By the time Hannibal emerged into the plains of northern Italy, he had lost nearly half his men and most of his elephants, but his arrival struck terror into the heart of Rome. Hannibal's strategy was as bold as his tactics. He aimed to win over Rome's allies in Italy by demonstrating that Rome was not invincible. His victory at the Battle of the Trebia in 218 BCE was the first of a series of stunning successes. The following year, he annihilated a Roman army at Lake Trasimene, luring them into a trap where they were ambushed and slaughtered. However, it was the Battle of Cannae in 216 BCE that would solidify Hannibal's reputation as one of history's greatest generals. The Battle of Cannae is often cited as the perfect example of a double envelopment, a maneuver where an army surrounds and destroys its opponent from all sides. Hannibal's forces, though outnumbered, encircled the much larger Roman army, killing or capturing around 50,000 to 70,000 Roman soldiers in a single day. It was one of the worst defeats in Roman history and showcased Hannibal's tactical genius. Despite these victories, Hannibal faced a critical challenge. He lacked the resources to besiege Rome itself. His strategy relied on persuading Rome's allies to defect, but despite his successes, most remained loyal to Rome. Furthermore, the Roman Senate, refusing to negotiate peace, adopted a strategy of attrition, avoiding large battles and instead harassing Hannibal's forces while rebuilding their own strength. For more than a decade, Hannibal waged a campaign across Italy, winning battles but unable to achieve a decisive victory. Meanwhile, Rome gradually adapted to his tactics, raising new armies and opening fronts in Spain and Africa. In 204 BCE, the Roman general Scipio Africanus launched an invasion of North Africa, forcing Hannibal to return to defend Carthage. The final showdown between Hannibal and Scipio came at the Battle of Zama in 202 BCE. Unlike the battles in Italy, Zama was fought on Scipio's terms. Hannibal's forces were defeated, and Carthage was forced to sue for peace. The terms were harsh. Carthage had to surrender its fleet, pay a huge indemnity, and was forbidden from waging war without Rome's permission. After the war, Hannibal continued to serve Carthage as a statesman, implementing reforms to restore its prosperity. However, his enemies in Rome, fearful of his influence, demanded his surrender. Hannibal fled into exile, eventually taking refuge at the court of King Prusias of Bithynia. Even in exile, he remained a thorn in Rome's side, advising Prusias in his wars against Rome's allies. Hannibal's life ended in 183 BCE, reportedly by suicide to avoid capture by Roman agents. His death marked the end of an era, but his legacy endured. Hannibal was not merely a brilliant commander, he was a symbol of resistance against overwhelming odds. His campaigns showed that Rome, the superpower of the ancient world, could be challenged. In the centuries that followed, Hannibal's name became synonymous with military genius. He was admired by later leaders such as Napoleon Bonaparte and the Duke of Wellington, and his tactics are still studied in military academies around the world. Hannibal Barca, the man who nearly brought Rome to its knees, remains one of history's greatest figures, a testament to the power of determination, strategy, and boldness in the face of adversity.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to Delving into the Deep for regular updates.